Call the meeting to order. December. This meeting is being recorded January 21st, 2026. Roll call. Yeah.
Robert Brown.
I'm here.
Eric Faber.
Jerome Smith.
Okay. Approval of the minutes for December 17th, 2025.
Motion to approve the minutes as printed.
All in favor?
Aye.
You don't have to see that, that's just for him.
Oh, okay.
Eric, is his
Never
first
done
board
this before,
meeting?
so.
Bills submitted for December 2025.
Motion to approve the bills as posted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to communications.
The only communications I have, which you'll have to vote on, is in the back. It is, I don't know if anybody had a chance to look at it, but it's from Eversource. They're going to have us sign for a easement for the electrical job they're doing, and once we get to vote on that, I can have Mike explain a little bit better, because he's been working with the electric people for this easement and everything else going on. So that's all I have for communications.
Okay, report on Garfield Street 689 program.
Yeah, so I'll start with A, the front up here. So basically, we've been doing day-to-day work in the office. I want to welcome Eric Abreu. He's now taking over
Welcome.
for Mike Chopper, so he's going to be our new maintenance mechanic. So far, he's been throwing a lot since in 1 week.
Stand up, I can't see you.
Stand up, Ed. He wasn't even here for 5 days, and he had probably the biggest snowstorm we've had in a little while, and he did a good job. I mean, like everything else, everybody has learning processes. Anything that we could point out to him, we did. I just asked the tenants, Mike was here for a long time. We have somebody new, and they have to just really be patient because we all learn, and it takes a while to learn. He's just not going to come here and learn in 7 days and be perfect. None of us, would be able to do that. But he did a really good job, and he was here right on time and picked up right where Mike left. And Mike has been great because he's still here taking calls, and anything Eric or I need, he's been great to help us out with that. As far as Garfield Street, Mike, has anything going on Garfield Street?
I believe this, I don't know if they're there or not, if they can do, I believe they're starting the fire alarm there because they ran out of work here until the project progresses.
This is for the electrical company?
Yeah, say the electrical, I believe they're over at Garfield Street, that's where they said they were going this week. Let's get that going.
Awesome.
Does he want to go over this while we got him on the floor?
Sure, do you want to go over that?
The easement?
The easement?
We had a meeting the other day with them, and it was basically CYA for them. I guess they originally planned with this whole electrical project, it was going to be big enough to support the stoves and the mini splits if they had to do them. Somewhere in the middle there, because of cost, they downsized the project to just the stoves. And I guess they figured out there was enough power coming in. Something happened that they had to go back to the original plan to do the project so it'll support the mini splits and everything. So now they should have done this on the first phase when they did it, but now they got Eversource in here and they figured out that the transformer here is not big enough. So the easement is they got to put a pole in a line, and they need to put the transformer. It's going to be 20 feet away from a window between any building, but they want it as close to the distribution panel that's going to be over here. So they figure they're going to put it between buildings 1 and 2, somewhere in the middle there, and that's basically what the easement's for. But there may be enough room over here. I don't know if the board can go for a variance to put it closer to the property line, and then everything would be right across. People can't see where the transformer is down, but it'd have to be closer to the property line.
Why would they need a variance? Can't a transformer be put right on the line?
I don't know. I don't know.
There shouldn't be any setback for that.
No, that's something, when Eversource
So,
comes.
yeah, so
we can figure
Eversource
it
is
out,
coming
yeah.
next Friday. I'm not sure if you'd want to be here, if one of you guys can be here. It's a lot for me to understand with all this electric stuff, and I do know if they do move it, we're gonna have to have another driveway put in, we're gonna have to cut the
Yeah.
curbs. I mean, like, it's bad enough, just 2 or 3 years ago, we replaced all the sidewalks back there, and they ripped them all up for this project.
This project is quite ridiculous.
It's over the edge, and there's nothing we can do about it, and it's only gonna get worse, because in 2 more years, they're gonna require us to go to mini
Because of
splits.
government mandates telling us
Yeah.
we gotta use electric, which is a bad idea.
It's gonna be a really bad idea.
And then what happens with a lot of these architects, they just take the original plans and they go off of them. They did it with the smoke detectors in, like in their office, I think there's 3 smoke detectors because there was a laundry room. So I can touch each one, you know, it's ridiculous. They just go off of plans in the office. They do a site visit, but they really don't.
They don't verify it.
They don't take into
Somebody should be
consideration all
accountable
the-
for this.
Yeah.
That's what
Somebody
I'm
should be
getting
accountable.
at.
And I did try to hold the guy from the state accountable, but he just, well, we run into this all over the place and it's kind of useless.
Apparently, 3 other housing authorities are going through the same problems we're going through.
And, you know, our liaison from the state, you know, should have said, hey, wait a minute, make sure this is all set, but he just says pay the bill. That's all it is. So, but yeah, that's where they are right now, they're waiting.
I
To see
know
if-
it doesn't affect our budget or put us
No.
out or anything, but
It's just-
somebody's paying for all this.
No,
right,
but
exactly.
it affects the hard work that Mike and I have put into this
Yeah.
place to make it look really nice. And
Yeah.
I think that's my thing, like, we
Yeah.
worked so hard to make this place look beautiful. We had beautiful sidewalks, they're gone. Now, you know, obviously they're gonna be replaced, but, I mean, I feel like sometimes we worked hard to go 5 steps forward, and now we're going 10 steps backwards.
Well, that's what this project is, and it's gonna be
Yes.
changed on.
The whole project's backwards, because using electric instead of gas is a backwards move.
Yeah,
It is,
exactly.
yeah. So if anybody, like if you guys or one of you, or both of you, we can't have more than 3, but it would be really nice, because sometimes it's nice to have that extra person to back me up on some of the things that I don't want to happen.
Do you have a date?
They're coming next Wednesday. I can give you the time. It's definitely in the morning. And then we can walk Eric through it, because he's gonna have to be familiar with it, and so. But there's just a lot of changes, and supposedly with this new box they're putting in, it's gonna be able to support everything. All, like if they put the, those, what are the
The mini
heaters?
splits.
The mini
Yeah,
splits in,
transformer,
and
it's
if
gonna
we
be big
switch to
enough.
all electric, and I mean, I'm the biggest, my other housing authorities are all electric, and like I said, Swansea has 64 units, it's very similar to this, and the electric bill last year was over, last month was over $16,000. And then we have to have a contract, they have to be cleaned every so many months, and front, inside, outside, we have to get in people's units, it's just a pain, but anyway.
If we're gonna be forced into it, the state should be looking at solar for us as well, you know, at the
Yep.
same time.
Yep.
All right, can we get a motion on the director's report?
Well, yes.
I think we need,
Anyone else? Oh,
Yeah.
I think include motion to accept the director's report.
Okay.
All in favor?
Can I just, before I go, I just wanted to, before my director's part is up, I just wanted to say something, because seeing it is Mike's last meeting here.
I think Bob wants to finish up the electric.
No, I just wanted to.
Well, the director's
I
report,
think we need to vote on this
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah.
If we have to,
Yeah.
no matter where it's gonna be, if we don't sign off on Eversource, they can't go through the work, so. I think the board needs to vote to give Eversource whatever easement they need.
Perfect, because I didn't feel like I had, they wanted me to sign it right away, and I didn't feel like I had that right
So
to.
jumping around, that's what I need.
I think the vote should be to allow you to sign on any easement that we need,
Okay.
so that, you know, you can take a look at it and make sure it's what we want, rather than just open policy, but put it into your hands. That's a motion.
All in favor?
Stephanie seconded?
Stephanie said.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's
Just
okay,
saying.
that's good, that's good. We can finish, we might as well finish with B.
Yep,
All right, so discussion and board vote to write off rent in the amount of $141 for a tenant that moved out. So we had a previous tenant move out and they went into a nursing home and there was a balance of $141. And I just asked the board if we can go ahead and write that off.
What's your pleasure?
It sounds like a dead end collecting.
Yeah, we just have to write it off because I'm not going to be able to collect it. So,
Motion made?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to old business.
I don't have any current old business.
Nothing. Now it brings us to the maintenance report, which is,
So we'll let Mike do it this time and then
Well, he
Eric
had
can...
more stuff. He had a lot.
Eric, yeah, you might want to start and then he can know, because he's never done it before. Give him a lesson.
Yeah, no, besides, well, just, the big thing was the electrical project there, and I guess you got the inmates back here paying. And normal maintenance, I worked with Eric the last week, and I guess hopefully you're good to he's got an apartment to do, and we've chased a rattle in the water pipe,
Water hammer.
yeah, water hammer, toilets, sinks, he's done everything, so just normal maintenance has been going on.
Do you want to
Kind
add
of gave
to
him
it?
the rundown.
Nice, got it.
Got it down? All right. How about the snow?
So I did the best I could with what I knew what to do. Mike explained to me, don't leave the windrow. I won't do that again. I know some residents are not pleased. Majority have said good things, so
Yes.
I will do better and continue to grow and move forward.
Awesome. So I just want to say, before Mike's last meeting, I did write this for Facebook, so I'm just going to read it to everybody because I just want to let everybody know how appreciative I am, and I'm sure all of us here, including the residents, are. So from the very beginning, Mike poured his heart and soul into the job. What started as an employee-director relationship quickly grew into a friendship and over time became family. We had our ups and downs, but through it all, he was always there, supporting me, challenging me, and pushing me to become a better leader and a stronger director. His dedication, loyalty, and belief in me never wavered. I want to thank him for his many years of service, for everything he has done for our residents and for the Housing Authority. Quite simply, I wouldn't be where I am today without him. The Housing Authority would not be the amazing place it is now without his hard work, commitment, and pride in what he did every single day. Thank you, Mike, for your service, your mentorship, your friendship, your impact. Your legacy will always remain, and you'll always be part of our family.
Thank you. That was a pleasure working here, and there was more teamwork than I considered she did.
And you have a lot to look forward to because now you're the new member of our team, and we do work as a team, so.
okay, is that the maintenance report?
We do have a tenant, we might want to just double check if there's any input.
Any
Oh,
tenant input?
I gotta do that now.
Is this our new name?
It is.
Yeah.
I just feel, I wish we would have all been able to meet you and find out who our maintenance man was. So I'm glad I'm here at this meeting to see it, because I was just wondering. But I, for one, was not happy with the cleanup of the snow this past weekend. And I know a lot of the residents were bitching and complaining, okay? But I'm sure you're gonna do a better job.
I promise I'll do
Mike was always on top of everything, and
People always-
he did an excellent job as far as the snow removal and that, you
It
know.
was a heavy wet snow.
And he will be missed very much.
He will be missed, but people here have to understand, and before you came in, that everybody has a learning process.
Right.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he wasn't even here for 5 days, and he got more snow than we've gotten in a while.
I know.
So people have to people have to have patience and understand that, you know what, I mean, he has to learn, and it's gonna take a while before
Right.
things,
Oh, that's
yeah.
understandable, yeah, that's why I was just wondering who the new maintenance man was. I mean, I've seen a couple of fellas working with Mike, and I just thought maybe that was one of
Yeah.
them, you know? And I saw somebody brand new, yeah, you haven't done this before, so you gotta get into the,
Yeah.
Into the groove.
yes, you know? So, but that's great. But it's nice to meet you. What is your name?
Eric.
Eric?
Yes.
Oh, okay, my
Nice.
name is Linda.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I promise I'll do better.
All right. No problem.
And you also have to realize.
Gary, come over here.
No, I think I asked them not to come.
Okay, next meeting, Wednesday, February 18th, 2026.
11 a.m.?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Adjourn the
Second.
meeting at, what time is that?
Yeah, 11:22.
11:22?
Yep.
11:22.